Yang Ruyan, the young mistress of Yang family fortress, the foremost cultivation family in Yu Kingdom, was elevated to a position of great destiny from birth. She possessed a water-type celestial spiritual root, a pure and pristine spiritual vein, a rare find, 1 in 100 or even 10,000. Such talent was considered a divine gift in the cultivation world, allowing her to cultivate at a speed like a surging river, far surpassing ordinary people. Therefore, she achieved fame at a young age, hailed as the #1 genius girl in Yu Kingdom. She not only carried the glory and expectations of the entire Yang family but was also seen as the family's greatest asset in their future ascension to the nascent soul realm. It is well known that in the cultivation world of Tiannan, with the divine transformation realm rarely seen, nascent soul cultivators were considered the pinnacle of power. There was a saying, below the nascent soul realm, all were like ants. A single nascent soul cultivator was enough to establish a sect and protect a clan for 1,000 years. Although the Yang family had been rooted in Yu Kingdom for hundreds of years, and its fortress lord was a core formation cultivator, commanding respect in the region, without a nascent soul cultivator to oversee things, they could not truly be called a powerful family. Therefore, Yang Ruyan's existence was the dawn of hope for the Yang family's future. She was sent early to the Hidden Moon Sect, one of the 7 major sects of Yu Kingdom, to become a disciple of the aloof and renowned Nanggong Wan, dedicating herself to cultivation in hopes of achieving the nascent soul stage and bringing glory to her family. However, fate is fickle, often casting the heaviest shadow at the most glorious moments. The demonic path invaded, war raged, and the righteous and demonic paths were locked in a fierce struggle. The Yang family fortress was caught in the vortex, caught between a rock and a hard place. On one side was the alliance of the 7 righteous sects, and on the other, the aggressive advances of the demonic ghost spirit sect. As the head of the family, the Yang family lord, seeing his daughter at a crucial stage of cultivation and the Yang family lacking a nascent soul expert for protection, knew that if he insisted on upholding the righteous path, destruction would be imminent. In desperation, he made a decision that shocked the entire cultivation world of Yu Kingdom to betray the 7 sects and join the ghost spirit sect. The price was his only daughter. Wang Chan, the young master of the Ghost Spirit sect, was also exceptionally gifted, possessing a dark spiritual root that perfectly complemented Yang Ruyan's water spiritual root, creating a harmonious yin-yang balance. If the two could cultivate the blood spirit technique together, their combined strengths would far surpass that of ordinary people, giving them a 70–80% chance of advancing to the nascent soul stage. This marriage was a mutually beneficial arrangement for both the Wang and Yang families. However, to prevent the Yang family from becoming too powerful, the Wang family secretly cast a life or death curse, quietly seizing control of the Yang family's lifeline. Yang Ruyan found herself trapped in this situation, like a caged bird. Dressed in fine clothes and residing in a high pavilion, she was seen by the world as someone who had sided with the demonic sect and slept with her enemies, but no one knew that every breath she took was bound by invisible shackles. Until her treasure-hunting trip to the cave of the Tsunkuan Venerable. That day, she met Han Li. This unknown cultivator, who had risen from humble beginnings, possessed a sharp edge that made her subtly uneasy. Yang Ruyan, always meticulous and perceptive, noticed subtle cues and quickly found an opportunity to approach Han Li from the crowd, initiating a conversation. She was all smiles and earnest in her words, first praising his exceptional skills in formations and alchemy. Her speech lacked the arrogance of a noble family, behaving more like that of an ordinary fellow Daoist, sincere and unpretentious. Then, her smile faded, her eyes lowered, and she slowly revealed the knot in her heart. The Yang family's allegiance to the Ghost Spirit sect was not her intention. She was merely a pawn, manipulated and powerless. She was completely unaware of the ambush of Han Li at Yang family fortress. By the time she learned of it, it was already a foregone conclusion. She didn't beg for mercy, nor did she show weakness. She simply stated her case calmly. But it was precisely this calmness that allowed Han Li to sense the underlying sorrow and forbearance within her words. She asked for little, only that Han Li not take his anger out on her or the Yang family because of his grudge against Wang Chan. If she could gain even a sliver of his kindness, even just a lack of hostility, it would be a rare glimmer of hope in her desperate situation. At that moment, she didn't seem like a young mistress of a noble family, but rather like a traveler who had wandered alone in darkness for far too long, finally seeing a faint light in the distance. Han Li didn't immediately respond. However, Yang Ruyan understood the answer from his silence. She was never a mediocre woman content to be subservient. Beneath her gentle and compliant exterior lay a deep, shrewd, and calculating heart. She endured, she waited, she suppressed all her grief and resentment, transforming it into meticulous cultivation and into covert maneuvering and planning against the Yang family. She never truly submitted to the Wang family, nor did she truly become Wang Chan's Daoist partner. She was simply waiting for an opportunity. That glimmer of hope, she finally got it. The Ghost Spirit Sect mobilized its entire force for the fallen Demon Valley, determined to succeed, but the valley proved far more dangerous than anticipated. A sudden upheaval severely weakened the Ghost Spirit Sect. All the nascent soul cultivators who entered the valley perished, including Wang Chan's father and second uncle. With these two nascent soul ancestors dead, the Wang family's power and foundation crumbled like a collapsing building. With their trusted followers almost entirely wiped out, they were no longer able to suppress the ever-watchful Yang family. The Yang family seized the opportunity to rise. Yang Ruyan, after years of seclusion, broke through to the nascent soul stage. At just over 300 years old, still young in the cultivation world, she was the most dazzling among the newly promoted nascent soul cultivators in the Yu Kingdom. At the same time, another nascent soul cultivator from the Yang family had also established himself. The two nascent soul cultivators were now closely allied, propelling the Yang family from a core formation family to a powerful nascent soul clan. Wang Chan, once a prodigy, witnessed the tragic deaths of his father and second uncle in the Battle of Demon Valley. His inner demons raged, trapping him at a bottleneck, preventing him from ever reaching the nascent soul stage. Thus, the power of the Ghost Spirit Sect quietly shifted hands. Yang Ruyan, now a nascent soul cultivator, ascended to the position of leader of the Ghost Spirit Sect. The caged bird of yesteryear was now a phoenix soaring through the heavens. However, she knew that although the Yang family had risen to power and the Ghost Spirit Sect had changed hands, Han Li, whom she had met once before and hadn't seen for many years, was now a powerful cultivator in the late nascent soul stage. If he harbored resentment over the past, the Ghost Spirit Sect, even if not destroyed, would be in turmoil. Therefore, she acted again, neither servile nor arrogant, offering 3 rare treasures as a gift, and personally went to Han Li's seat to seek reconciliation. Her words were humble, yet without any hint of subservience. She neither defended herself for what happened back then, nor did she shift the blame to others. She simply stated the current situation calmly, frankly acknowledging the Yang family's current status, and also frankly admitting that all of this had once been aided by his lingering kindness. Han Li looked at her, suddenly recalling their conversation in the cave many years ago. Back then, her eyes held a cautious expectation. Now, that expectation had transformed into calm composure. He granted her request. He only said one sentence: "From now on, never let me see anyone from the Wang family again." The meaning was clear. How dare the Ghost Spirit Sect be negligent? That night, Wang Chan and his family's confidants were all wiped out. From then on, the Ghost Spirit Sect no longer bore the surname Wang. From then on, the Yang family held absolute power, unshakable for eternity. Yang Ruyan's life, from a caged beast to a powerful ruler, from a pawn to the player, every step she took was fraught with peril. She never wielded a sword to slaughter, never drank blood in battle, yet with a mind of unparalleled wisdom, she heard thunder in silence and forged a path to survival in dire straits. Later, her name was rarely mentioned in the cultivation world. She never roamed the world like Han Li, her fame resounding far and wide. Yet, the Ghost Spirit Sect she led remained prosperous for centuries, enduring for millennia. She herself, with her profound foundation and extraordinary talent, steadily remained at the mid-nascent soul stage, protecting the Yang family's continued prosperity. She never challenged the heavens, yet within her own territory, she achieved true hegemony. Yang Ruyan, this woman once manipulated by fate, ultimately became the greatest winner in the feud between Wang Chan and Han Li. If anyone were to ask what became of this first genius girl of Yu Kingdom, perhaps only one sentence would suffice: that year, in the cave of the Tsankuan Venerable, she planted a seed of goodness. Years later, she personally harvested a tree full of good fruit. The cage is open, the bird does not return. She is no longer anyone's sparrow,